Yeah, and I wouldn't even mind seeing it like third or fourth item, the Ags.
Prepare for battle.
Let's get into game number 3-1 apiece here. I like that. Nobody's looking for game set or...
I think he's been pretty good this morning.
Yeah.
I think he could scale relatively well this game too. Almost become like another clicker on the team, rather than go for this like potentially Yules build, etc. I mean, it is a good Yules game. I think it'd be interesting to see what he goes for. That's why I started boots this time on the Ruby.
See how these lanes are going to end up going. I'm ready to start up towards time. You got 3 heroes bottom here for LGD. But he's going to come over and risk being hit by this arrow.
We see this all the time in the tournament at the moment, though, and across all tournaments. You know, both teams send 3 heroes to a lane, like to the off lane, effectively, just to secure 2 routes for themselves.
Yeah, they're going to TP the Undying top. You know, we've seen OGD put the pressure on, keep 3 bottom, look for first blood, then TP over, but they're not gonna do that this time.
Yeah, I don't think you really do that though with the heroes that they have this time. And look at the lane blocking by the Shaker as well with the fish. So now it's kind of like, yeah, this is good by Red Panda though. You need to make sure the range creep doesn't come in first. But their lane's already in a much better position.
You thought you were winning?
Going to the arrow to take out that range. Red Panda taking a lot of damage. You wanted to go in with the banner assault, but thought better of it.
FY gets the Army's courier as well and is now just looking to push the wave. Or like pull the wave away. I like this by here. The other thing about this Fisher wave block bot lane is that what happens, you can see at the moment, the first wave like goes towards you, but the second wave it instantly shoves in towards the Monkey King. So it allows you to get your level 2 like pretty reliably first usually. Good start by the Monkey King getting a few denies to stop that happening.
So here's what's interesting. JinQ take a priority in farm.
Oh, what? Oh.
Yeah, he's taking priority here.
But this is what we were saying about it being a really hard Shaker core game against this Monkey King.
Yeah.
So maybe this is what they, you know, when they, before they picked the heroes and we were talking about maybe they put Lina offlane, etc. So this is must be what they came up with in that time, that instead of putting the Lina in the offlane, they put the ranged core in the Mirana in the offlane. And this is like TI8 all over again. When JinQ was playing for, was it, oh, who was it before? What was the team name?
Serenity.
Serenity, yeah. Didn't he used to play offlane Mirana a lot in that incantation?
Yeah.
So it is something that he's used to. Look at this mid lane CS though, for nothing to say. This is why they wanted the Lina mid.
I take
Crushing right now.
Talk about it. So much.
Oh, they were so
J, GGG, JinQ, D.
But it's interesting that this is what they've done, because we haven't seen LGD do this before with the Shaker. When FaithBeyond plays it, they've always put it as the 3. He's never, I don't think I've ever seen him play it as 4 before. But one of the things we've said about LGD is they have that massive flex value between FaithBeyond and JinQ. So they might as well use it.
Dire's courier has been killed.
This is one of the first games that we've really seen that swap, though. His first blood goes the way of nothing to say. The fissure coming out from Faith Beyond, he's the one who's rotating.
That's really bad, because now he misses out on all this XP in the mid lane that nobody else can get. Alina's going to get level 6 first. And
We're
so
going to try and get it, but...
he comes in, like, they miss a couple of creeps, but he gets some. I know this is... Now look at the laning stage and CS across the board in general. Going really well for LGD.
I mean, between the two of us, I don't think I've ever seen Jinq play the 3 for them, for LGD.
No, neither have I. Now it makes sense why he had double Wraithbang queued up before as well, because I was making the point that he could turn into a clicking hero this game, which is true, but his item build gave it away.
Also, when was the last time Faith Beyond did it and was playing in a 4 role?
Yeah, I just didn't know.
No!
They might just go on Eurus here as well. Good mischief.
Ooh, Eurus. Still taking a lot of damage, though.
Yeah, he managed to get the mischief in time just before the arrow. So, like, he got stunned still, but he dodged the damage. And it is only like 60 damage or something, but it makes the difference.
Dire are scanning.
What is this clockwork?
Can I sort Faith Beyond's games by...
Hang on, Patreon, Red Panda.
Getting into it. Nothing to say comes over, though, to try and help. Battery assault. Looking for the fissure, trying to keep him on the left side, so Nothing to Say can continue to right click. Dragon Slave, one more shot. That's all they need, and pop the salve there. Is that Red Panda?
Yeah, it was. Honestly, not even that bad, because the Void Spirit gets to catch up mid for a little bit. So where he was really like quite far behind before, the leader's now like given like effectively some CS over to the Void Spirit for free. Not for free, but
Dire structures are fortified.
You're out, and now LSA thrown. Somnus getting locked up a lot. Panda's in with battery assault. They're trying to do as much damage as they can to Nothing to Say, but there's the LSA. Red Panda gonna drop to Innocence.
I love how
OGD have 3 heroes mid.
I love how aggressively the supports play in this this matchup between these teams as well. Every single game I think so far we've seen these heroes at like the 5-6 minute mark. They're just playing mid all the time. I'm just worried for Elephant. This Morphling's having an absolute pre-game right now. I don't see that changing anytime soon.
You really don't know how you get on top of this guy.
This Mirana build is so good against the Monkey King. Like he goes for these like raw stats, raw right click items, so he can just punch the Monkey King in lane whenever he gets the opportunity. Just do as much damage as possible.
Okay. Sitting here with level 6 has Laguna available, just doesn't have the mana. Now Ame up top. Use the primal split. They'll bring over Faith Beyond. Ame should be safe. We know how they Yang's gonna end up coming back to form under the tower.
Dire's middle tower.
But like the thing is now Ame just goes full agi and goes back to some strength again, and he's absolutely fine. Yeah, this split stops him from farming for a little while, but doesn't really stop anything in the game overall.
Coming in, Somnus as well.
We say no.
But
this could potentially be a more points and soul rip game for us. I think the Tombstone's really good as well. I just think the burst damage with the Lina would make a lot of sense.
That Boundless Strike going in at Shinkyu. Can't get the kill though. They bring 3 heroes down here to try and make it happen, and they come empty-handed.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, at least FY is managing to take the XP mid. So while the Voice would make this rotation away, like somebody was getting mid at the same time. But again, like Ame's just untouchable right now. Having a great time?
Yeah. It's not like the most action-packed game at the moment, but... Oh, crap. Watch how these movements have really affected Elephant. Left Morphling to do his own thing. He's, you know, only up 400 gold in the top lane. Eurus is, for the most part, remained pretty untouched bottom.
The way you need to look at it, though, is what point in the game is it going to change so the Elephant can kill the Morphling? And they need, like, a Spirit Vessel, for example, right? Which Yang has been known to get on his Boommaster all the time. Yeah, he's got Yen, which is great. But they need, like, the instant lift to Fable on the Rubik. They need a hook shot on the clockwork, you'd argue, as well.
Battery Assault, not going to do anything. He's only sitting level 4. Since, though, I say that, Innocence is only level 3.
It's about to come up to the 10-minute mark.
Denies the Tombstone Telekinesis on Innocence. Q faints the arrow. Thought about it if anybody was to go on the Undying. It felt like he was baiting himself anyway. Minutes in. Taking the Monkey King in the second spot for a split second. You've got Quinn continuing to farm up, and he's going into the Manta. Do you think it would be like Manta E-Blade?
Allies.
Yeah, Manta the first was always going to be the big one, but then it's I still think it would probably be at second, just because the Shaker's on his team. But I would be interested to see if he does something different in this game specifically. Like it's a good BKB game, for example, right? Up against like Rubik, Void Spray, Brewmaster. He's gonna get forced to split. Wow. And he's not getting anything done with this.
Mate, that's for sure.
He's just gonna throw him up in the air with the tornado, I'd imagine.
Goes into the Brewmaster, Astro Step. Trying to go into the Morphling. They're gonna bring over Faith Beyond on the Earthshaker, but ready on under the TP with the Battery Assault. Monkey King comes in, Fissure Throne, that hits the MK. Not a lot of mana to work with here.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And Arrow's on cooldown for the moment. Primal Spring looks over at Faith Beyond, and they get the kill on the Earthshaker. And they find anything in return. Starstorm used, gets the kill on a Yang. Now stolen Starstorm. Ame getting chased. He's in trouble. Morphing as much as he can. He's got the waveform. Get some distance. Here comes Chris. Primal Spring. That's going to land. Nobody's coming over to help Ame. After Jinku and Faith Beyond, they're the ones who TP top, and no Lina, no Undying in sight.
Oh, this is so worth it for LGD across the board, though. Like, so I was wondering why Lina wasn't TPing top. She didn't have TP.
Radiant's middle
so
tower
I don't know whether she just TP'd mid or something to push out the wave. They get the catapult. Elephant bring up 5 heroes up top, and they still trade evenly in kills. Like, they're going to get this top tier 1, which is great. But if you look at the net worths now, yes, Ame died, but like the Lean has managed to catch up because she's had like absolute space in the mid lane. Like, they get the tier 1. Dying's managed to get a little bit of time in bot lane as well, but he didn't have a TP either. They're going to start making stacks on the Ancients so that Morphling and Dying can take them between them. Like, you just drop the Tombstone effectively, and the Morph doesn't need to tank the Ancients.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
One kill at the moment. Lina has the Yules ready to go, though.
Here he goes. There goes Ancients, maybe.
Tombstone down to help this. Down 10. Meanwhile, Monkey King, just about the same experience. Going Battle Fury first item. Is it going to be Battle Fury Ags for yours?
Shadow.
We've seen Mask of Madness into Axe, like Mask of Madness into Battle Fury a lot, but he skipped the Mom. This is going straight into Battle Fury. You'd assume the Axe comes afterwards, but he might just want a BKB, depending on how the game goes. Because I think if he doesn't go BKB this game, imagine trying to play against like Lina, Morph, Shaker, and even like Undying and stuff as well. It sounds awful to play into. So maybe if they feel like they can dodge fights, then he goes Axe first, but I don't think that's going to be likely. Otherwise, what happens is the Morphin gets man to ags before you have your blink.
Leafeon's getting really close to this blink dagger, by the way.
Yeah, well, it would help if he didn't die, though.
Yeah, I say that and I jinx it.
Oh, I love that even as a caution, he's building yours. It's such a good game for it. Like when you play against these really maneuverable and difficult to catch heroes like Rue, Void Spirit, Monkey King, you can just use the yours to set up the arrow. And where the Void Spirit would normally be really mobile with like the Dissimulate, the Astral Step, whatever, it's impossible for him to play it the same way.
Quick sword. Nothing to say coming over and
Yours.
let's see what they can get. Landed the arrow onto Red Panda. Laguna Blade to finish him off. There's a kill for nothing to say. He's 3-0-2. 5 CS under his belt.
I was Yang has a vessel now on the Brewmaster, so Morphin's game, they have a small window where he could be threatened, but he's getting closer and closer to that Manta. Like just over 1,000 gold away. Faith beyond. He's definitely songs there.
Gonna feel too great. TP Eurus. And the arrow, they've got the tombstone down. Sonic's in trouble, no astral step. So he's looking pretty dead to rights, but I say that he's jumping around trying to make some space, and eventually he does fall. And we'll split coming over, nothing to say. He gets stunned up. Starstorm coming through. Red Panda taking a lot of damage there. Balance strikes to Wukon's command, but he doesn't hold his Lina close by. And going to continue to chase and finally will get the kill. They end up losing this clockwork. You're just inside the circle. And Yang back to form. There's on a Jinkyu. Eurus needs to chase. Starstorm mischief, nicely timed. Jinkyu goes down, waveform forward, balance strike on the 3 with the telekinesis from FY. Slams him down onto all 3 heroes once again. Steals the waveform. FY gets a triple! Killing Innocence and Phaetheon. Wow!
That was sick.
He was on it there.
Oh god, but Shake is like 100 gold off Blink. Imagine if he has the Blink there, like how different the fight is, right?
You're almost as good.
It's the small timings in the game. And great fight for them. I was really worried for him that because when he was running up into the trees and things, he had an urn on him, so he couldn't blink up, like use the tree dance to get up into the trees.
Shot on nothing to say. Aether Remnant taking a lot of damage here, into trouble. Battery assault right on him, and it looks like they might be able to get the Lina again. They've got the tombstone down the stone waveform. Sonic's gets the kill and nothing to say, and Innocence falls to Yang. All of a sudden, Elephant, they are making moves.
I managed to steal the attribute shift as well, so it's going to be a lot more tanky here. I love that Elephant here are making all these plays before they know LGD are ready to fight as well. Like this Morphin doesn't have Manta yet, never mind his second item. And this is what I'm saying, they need to abuse this window where they have the vessel and there's no Manta up. Like Yang's about to get blinked now. This game's just exploded so quickly because the Lina's died twice in a row, like without really achieving anything, and she's had to queue up Beaky Bean instead of boss as her second item, which is not really what you want to do, but she's gonna feel forced into it after these 2 fights. But I mean, we have the Blink on the Shaken out, we have the Manta on the Morphin. You see Cusack. So this is where LGD, they want to go back the other way and like try and force the fight back now. Because they have their item, right?
Dagger for Yang.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, arrow, Laguna. Quick on Red Panda. But Red Panda does this. He makes a lot of space for his team.
Yeah, if you had to choose one hero to break a spoken die, break the clock's fine.
So we'll be man to axe. Tommy wants to
Restore the void within.
Just send the
Dire's
back
bottom
to base.
tower is under attack.
He did.
holding on to the poor man's shield.
Why? Like, is there somebody? Did he want to give the input to the Lina?
Mirana going loaded.
Good Lotus Stim. Kill Undying.
Though we'll find the Undying arrow. Long distance hits Somnus, but there's just no follow-up to that.
But again, it's like them dying. It's not a big deal. They get the D-wall though, which is big. No disrespect to innocence, but sometimes that's just the way it is. Oh, that's a good item. Still doesn't want it.
People feel great.
Sends it back still.
Or not.
Still wants the
Stick with the
PMS.
poor man's shit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The obviously agility's really good.
Nice swaps in the end.
Oh, Morphling's one of those heroes that I wish I could play. It looks so good when people play it well.
Any hero is the hero I wish I could play.
Twitch chat will teach you. Name them a hero, they'll teach you the hero. Oh, okay. That's fair enough. I'm still waiting.
Smoke from LGD, 4 heroes going towards the jungle. And again, Red Panda, he's in a decent spot to break the smoke.
They want to try and fight away from their Morphling. Just trying to find a pick-off with the Blink still. Because they haven't, like,
Alpha wants themselves, though.
they haven't managed to find that entrance yet, though, with the Shaker Blink. If they run into them 4 on 5 here, this is going to be a disaster for us.
So they're smoked, but they're breaking away, and smoke gets broken. Faith Beyond blinks out. Good job by Faith Beyond.
It's really good. Because they just need to delay as much as they can, right? Until the Morphling gets Axe. Because when he gets that, it doesn't matter if you're like 10 minutes behind. The game gets a bit mental. We said it before, get your OS frogs ready in chat. Comes, you're gonna be needing them.
Yeah. If anybody is watching long enough, the OS toads. Callback.
God, after that top fight. So satisfying.
Illusion.
They fish through Yules at the same time. GP using the illusions to try and body block the arrow as well. Body block the hook shots. And you see, like, as soon as they see all these elephant heroes TP bot, they're like, yeah, Morphin, you go top. Just ignore them.
They literally want him to just finish that act, then find the space and time necessary. And they've done a good job of doing so. Like, they haven't really engaged much. They've moved around the map, and I think, in a way, LGD are kind of moving Elephant to where they want them to be.
Yeah, I mean, Elephant are trying to find, like, these pick-offs and things. OGA are just making the correct movements at the moment to, like, move, like, disable those plays. Like, Faith Beyond, like, breaking that smoke things before, right? It's one of the big ones. But, they want to force the fight, especially because they have the Axe on the Void Spirit now. Especially, like, the Morphling Manta's really good, but when there's charges of silence and of Spirit Vessel.
Shot. That comes through on nothing to say. Tornadoes to get the lead. They got the token. The LSA comes through, but it's not going to matter. They get the kill and nothing to say as well. Innocence taking out 2. Buyback used by Undying immediately.
I would say during that change stun there on the Lena, the BKB delivered. Funny, really. She couldn't get it off anyway. Just 100 to 0.
Don't need a rush now.
Right, ball back as well on the Undying. It's still the same thing though. They know until the Axe comes out forcing, they can take whatever fight they like. It's exactly the same as before the Shaker had the...
But yeah, now you're gonna see that Aegis is now into the hands of the Monkey King. This is actually looking good for Elephant.
It is, but he's not going BKB, which could end up being a big problem. He has Aegis, so I think he could afford to be a little bit more greedy. Playing into this lineup without a BKB is, you know, high risk, high reward. The Scarred is good against Morphling, obviously. Not a bad item choice, but see how it goes.
Here's the music already. Hook shot. 2. He gets caught. Red Panda gets the kill. We're not there yet. It's the beginning where it's everybody get up.
They're on the high ground. They're waiting for somebody to come up.
Yeah.
Yang's picking it. Like,
fissure and the totem coming down. There's the Laguna Blade. They'll try to get the kill, but the Primal Split is here. They have the stunning Echo Slam onto this Monkey King. Force F onto the low ground, looking for the Wukong's command. The Balance Strike hits on the Faith Beyond. They've got Somnus moving forward. Resident Pulse gets the kill on a Faith Beyond. They'll take the Aegis out of the hands of Monkey King. Going deeper with this Primal Split is Yang. Somnus getting a little bit low as he goes into the Dissimulate, trying to jump around and make himself some space. But yeah, Ame, he's doing a lot of damage against the kill on the Red Panda as well as Somnus. Jinq may be looking for a last-ditch effort. Throw it as it's on cooldown just as they escape his grasp. And that ends up being a 3-for-1.
Sorry I interrupted your flow, but the urge comes too strongly. I have to say it. And the two big things there, the Tombstone goes down at that high ground, just next to like where the tier 1 is. Oh,
Morphling. Balance Strike. Ame. Oh, come on. Cleaned up away from his team.
Huge pick-off. Huge pick-off. That's the biggest on the map they can find right now on the Elephant. And then see what they can do with it. I mean, this tier 2 looks nice and tasty.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The best bit about that is the kill goes to Eurus as well, so it's an extra 450 gold for him towards that Skadi. So like, not only is he getting close to the Skadi, but again, I still think it's going to be the BKB afterwards. That's the big time.
Tower is under attack.
And we should say last fight, even though they did really well on LGD, they did buy back on the Mirana. So like, GQ's net worth is set back far from where it was before. And look at how much his net worth last game.
I don't know where he's getting it. He just gets all his farm.
Just gets a triple kill, just randomly in the top lane, and that's it. He's away.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
That should help.
Oh, it caught the Void Spirit.
Yeah, they've got the Eurus. There's a Laguna Blade. Do they have the control to finish him off? Totem and 4-man silence. Not going to matter, but they get the kill into Somnus.
That was so greedy. Like, he knew they were on the high ground because he caught them with the Aether Remnant.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
Goes for the rune anyway.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're losing their bot here too.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Should be.
Radiant structures are fortified.
They need to try and trade here for
Radiant's
the top tier 2. Back the other way. But yeah, you see the glyphs.
Jumping back and forth between the tower and the stack. That's right there. He's going to go for tier 2, but here come the TPs. They'll start with Yang. Yang gets hit by the fissure. There's the totem. They've crossed the streams of the fissures. They'll look for the totem. They've got the waveform, the damage to get the kill on Yang. No primal split. BKB's been popped by nothing. It's Aiden's trying to get out of this fight as they use the Moonlight Shadow. The hook shot comes in from Red Panda. Really nicely placed, but I don't think they have the vision to see him. They'll throw the dust out. I don't think that Helena just barely did. I think a look. They get FY. They have the totem. They get the kill on the Rubik. Now they'll look for more as the Eurus is on to Eurus with a balance trap. Hits this Earthshaker as well as the Mirana. They'll take out Faith Beyond and Jinx. They'll chase for more. The question is, can they get any more? Nothing to say pretty quick, and they've already TP'd out on Innocent. Balance strike up in 10.
They need to get out here on Dice. I think to say good TP by him. Big thing for them is Morphling doesn't die. And for Ray, it's a great hook shot onto the Lina, but they had no detection for the Moonlight Shadow. And this Wukong gets like not wasted by the Monkey King, but like they don't fight in the area that they want to fight because without the detection they can't keep like people locked down in the Wukongs.
Innocence. Lina going into the travel. Ame cooldown stack himself.
Yeah, again, I was wondering whether Skadi or the BKB would be the thing for him, similar to the Monkey King, but I think the Skadi's kind of like, they're not doubling down on burst damage with it. Like, it's still a good item against Monkey King, to reduce healing and everything, you get that. But again, it's one of those things that he'll start building towards a Skadi, and then potentially he might regret not building a BKB. But the way this game's going at the moment, I think, they're not obviously not happy, but the Morphling's still having a decent time. So for them, it's like, well, you know, we have Morphling Shaker.
Death tax.
Even if
Please for Elephant doesn't feel like it.
But like, look at the net worth of the Monkey King. That's the reason.
They're going to go for this BKB as well as the shot coming in with the Primal Split already being used by Yango. Kudoboy's thrown out after the Void Spirit. They've got the Wukong's command down. The arrow hits onto the Flame Panda. Get the Kona nothing to say as well as take out Innocent. They've cycloned up into the air. The Wolfwing trying to totem. And Echo Slam comes through. Somnus ends up dead. So does FY. The Battle Strike hits onto this morph. But I'm not sure it's going to matter. Fissure on to 2. Jinku in. Faith Beyond dead. They'll fly back on the clockwork. They'll try to bring him over mid, but he can only just walk forward.
That fight is
the worst trade, but
that fight was so good by Yang. Like incredibly, like you mentioned in the fight, he got the Morphling into the like tornado from the Storm Panda. So with the damage from the Morphling, when this Wukong goes out, like LGD are just they're out. Like I can't believe they managed to kill anybody that far.
Yeah, nicely played Echo Slam.
I don't know if you missed much because that boy stole attribute shift, and he just strength all into strength. He doesn't have any agi, so when Morphling hits him with this enchant totem hit, he has no armor. So he just went from like 3/4 HP to dead in one hit because he has no armor to work with at all.
And he's got 2 armor now.
Yeah, like the Morphling just kills him with an enchant totem hit.
How big that's going to be the rest of the game.
If you look at the look at that hit, it does like 600 and something damage on the Morphling.
Radiant are scanning.
Slam up to 5. They've got heals on the Earth Shaker now.
Dyer's courier has been killed.
For the more.
I think he keeps the Titans. I said 600 and something. When he changes back to the Morphling with Chant Tome form, he does over 1,000. You get the
yeah.
It's crazy. This is a completely different kind of game of network distribution, though. Like the POS ones are so far ahead of everybody else, and then there's like this. The other 4 cores are like Jinku's a bit behind, but the other cores are like packed together. Yeah, the 2 carries are the big ones.
Dyer's top tower has fallen.
Use the Moonlight Shadow. They're wrapping around. But the one that they would find on the back of this is Red Panda.
And the reasons both teams are doing this at the moment is the Roche is about to spawn. Like the minimum time's hit, so they don't know when it's going to spawn, but they know it will be soon. So if either team can gain an advantage on the pits.
I'm just losing that Aeon disc, and the hookshot comes in while I believe they were moving over. And now they got the damage on Ame. They look over an Innocent, back via the cog. Silence onto the Morphling, waveform, looking back. Echo Slam misses. That was a huge whiff coming out from Faith Beyond, who now needs to leave. Sure, if he was trying to blink and his blink got canceled, but it just whiffs, and now the stolen Hoosiers there for Fly. They have the control on the Faith Beyond. They get the kill there on the Earthshaker.
Now,
having that big deal.
That's the biggest thing in the game he can steal. The reason is that the Fissure range is going to be so good against this Morphling. Like we said, he doesn't have a BKB or anything, but not even that would matter. They can get a Fissure on him through from bot, and then like chain stun it with a lift and everything. They have damage to 100 to 0 him. But yeah, Faith Beyond whipping that Echo, so they just have to run like straight away after. There's no way they can take that fight if they whip the Echo.
Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
God, this Monkey King's so scary now. BKB going like for this Bissell next time. The Basher.
$11K lead, but it's been around this, you know, damage right as Roche is available.
But it's
45.
I mean, it's mostly the 3 and the 4 that the difference. It's like the 1, 3, 4 that the network difference comes. Like the mids are relatively similar, the fires are relatively similar, but FY's so far.
I am mighty.
Okay, no Roche is up.
Coming in. My shadow. They really do wish that they had that Echo Slam. It's not going to be enough for 31 seconds if they can slow them down on this road.
Here's a D
banner, but it's not looking like it will. He can't put it into the double damage.
Eurus just picks up a DD and just takes the road so quickly.
Do they want to fight? They leave the pit?
Oh,
Where
Eurus
Eurus
looking
is.
for this.
Oh god, the stolen fissure and the fissure of his own. He's just dead.
Oh, he didn't re-steal the
Radiant are
Fisher.
scanning.
Still has been for a long time. Career reset.
Big item for him because the way that LGD want to play fights is they're trying to pick off towards the start with like this morph shaker, right? It's so nice to see Elephant actually playing. Like when we saw them playing Fisher.
Coming through, and what can they do with this? Down the strike and Ambe! Whoa, getting caught out.
It's that
Couldn't
Fisher.
get away from that at all.
Like I said, that seat was so huge. It allows you to pull it off.
Wings that are clapping gonna buy back on this Morphling. They got the stun on the Innocence. Oh, yeah, lift up. Fissure. It's from the Monkey King, but what more can they get?
Yeah, it pops out and they just pop Glyph on LG at the same time, so the cameras just die.
Shot hits Jinkyu. And they're doing some damage on it right into the get the kill with the Laguna Blade, but they found themselves faith beyond. They finish off this first shit. They're gonna buy back there for 2 seconds without it. And they'll finish off Innocence as well. 2 heroes dead on the side of LGD. They'll buy back the Undying. Now they'll look for more. The Wukong is level 25, so it takes up almost all the way to the tier 4s. Jump into this fight now for the side
Radiant's
of
top
LGD.
tower is
Looking
under
for
attack.
openings, but not finding many.
Dire's
if any.
middle tower is under attack.
Look, Arme can't commit to the fights for that BKB. See, it's not his fault necessarily that people are getting like this, but without the BKB, he can't be anywhere near as like as strong as he could be in these fights. Because imagine if he just good BKB just waveforms in, right? Just enchant home here, he can pick off whoever he wants and not get punished.
Goes to the tombstone this time on Morphling.
Only can shake his dead.
Excellent.
That's why.
Good for my tower.
They see the courier.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
That's his down disc too.
I mean, the Lena is the one that's just not having fun at all. Her early deaths this game have set her back so much. This Lena's normally the one that, like, BOTs, you're playing from ahead, you're shoving lanes in constantly, you're planning the farm. They have so much pick-off potential on Elephant, but she hasn't really been able to play that way. And FY's just 6-3 and 12. Like, Eurus hasn't died all game, that's 2 games in a row of the league. He doesn't get the rest.
Top telekinesis on
Radiant's bottom
Innocence.
tower is under attack.
And it'll damage from Eurus.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Back in the fight.
This LFA is really crazy. Like, the stun duration's like, half seconds or something stupid.
Dire's middle
Every time he's
tower
catching
has
people with the
fallen.
lift, and the LSA follow up.
Radiant's bottom
That's so
tower
much stun
is under
duration and chain
attack.
stun.
So is the Aegis though. Using active time to kill him is probably not gonna feel that great.
Radiant's bottom
The Aegis
tower
is just killing the
under
buildings
attack.
anyway.
Dire's middle
Yeah.
tower has fallen.
They'll do up towards the top. They'll go for another tier 3 as well as the racks. Undying hit for another 36 seconds. Turning into the Earthshaker, looking for opportunities, cleaning up creeps over mid. Here blocks out the rest of the team. They're just gonna focus their attention on Ame. Who's trying to clean the creeps over mid, and they get the kill. They'll take him out. He's dead for 2 minutes, and that might just be the game. They've got themselves the Abyss Blade that comes through, and the Jinkyu hook shot misses Jinkyu. The BKB, GG's been called by LGD. Elf now have a 2-1 lead in the grand final.
Radiant
Do a great job of games 2 and 3 to overtake LGD.